You're watching Cycle Talk's tour of Cambodia. We took a bunch of readers to this fabulous Southeast Asian country and rode the great roads, checked out the fantastic food, copped a few flats, had a few crashes, but most of all had a great time. Thanks for watching. With bags packed, we were off to Cambodia via Vietnam and into Phnom Penh, the capital, where the bikes were prepared by Cambodia Motorbike Tours.
This is Phnom Penh at night.
What's it smell like, Nige?
Not great. It's not a great smell. There's definitely a lot of pollution in the air. There's a lot of food. A little bit dirty, but you know, worse. Hey, we're in front of the palace in the capital of Cambodia here in Phnom Penh. Had a 10-hour flight to get here. Really interesting Asian city. We've already had dinner, fantastic Asian food, and heaps and heaps of people around. They've got a funeral tomorrow. The king died a little while ago, so there's a big funeral tomorrow. There's big festivities going on. Really interesting place. Check out this amazing palace. Lots of lights on it. All the locals are out having a look. Nice hot weather. Looking forward to riding the motorbikes tomorrow.
The next day we wanted to get out of Phnom Penh, so we're on the bikes early, heading out about 20 kilometres or so out to the Killing Fields and the big memorial out there.
We're here at the Killing Fields, just outside of Phnom Penh. Very, very sobering place. The whole building behind me is full of skulls as a tribute to the somewhere around 2 million people that died under the Pol Pot regime from 76 to 79. And it took the Vietnamese to come in and oust the dictator who killed all the intellectuals and lots of people. Even a set of spectacles could be considered that you were a bit too intellectual and you'd end up in the Killing Fields signing a confession, often obtained under torture, and then killed or even just buried alive. Very brutal regime and very, very hard on the Cambodian people.
Back on the road out of Phnom Penh, discovered the bitumen roads would deteriorate and then disappear altogether as we hit the single tracks and trails. Bridges were often a few sticks run across a creek, but we were having a ball getting into the bush of Cambodia. Then there's the food. From honeycomb with the bees still on it, to just fabulous dishes of all shapes, sizes and textures, to some really, really hot dishes. We love the food in Cambodia. Plentiful, cheap and really, really tasty. On the first day of riding, we were heading towards Cam Pot on the coast. This took us down some bitumen, but then mainly on dirt roads. Fairly dusty, dry, but we did a few detours into some really scenic areas, including some riding along railway lines, through lots of little villages, and some spectacular riding across rice paddies and things that were all dry during the dry season. Rough as guts, but they didn't look it, but lots and lots of fun. Great day was had by all, beautiful weather, not a drop of rain, and we just really started to get the hang of riding the XR250s through Cambodia.
We're here in Cam Pot on the coast, a little bit of a touristy area. down from Phnom Penh, which is inland. So we followed the river down yesterday to where the river meets the ocean. And today we'll be running along the coast, riding the bikes, getting a bit of dirt in. There's a road all the way there, but we'll get some dirt in as well. And checking out the more coastal regions of Cambodia.
Like most of Southeast Asia, the locals put incredible amounts of stuff on their scooters. They load them up until there's no tomorrow and they can carry heaps and heaps and heaps of stuff we'd never consider doing. The younger locals are really curious and really friendly and love to meet the strange looking creatures on their huge motorcycles, and they're happy to take some gifts. And one of the great gifts that Cambodia Motorbike Tours organised was some toothbrushes. So we were handing out toothbrushes to the local kids who thought this was fantastic. They might have thought it was Christmas, except they're not Christians. And hopefully they'll use those toothbrushes because they're in fairly short supply in Cambodia. We stopped at a little beachside resort for lunch, and after a quick swim, bought some little crustaceans off this woman walking around with a big tray full of them on top of her head. For about $3, she peeled up half a dozen of them, added some dressings, and served them up to us. They were delicious, a little bit unusual, and just characteristic of Cambodia, of people selling food really cheaply, and it's really fresh, really tasty, and incredibly cheap.
We're looking back to Serendipity back here, which is where we're staying for night 2. We've just had a huge run of single track, and as Matt scans around, you can see this, we're surrounded by water right around here. Awesome.
We're in Chinookiville, or Snooki, or Slee City, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, it's a really popular Cambodian beach tourist spot. The beach runs, beautiful sandy beach. It was a great ride getting here yesterday through lots of up and down terrain, along some rivers and things. So it's really pretty terrain. Met some really interesting little local kids. Looked at the way they live their lives in Cambodia with the rice paddies and things. Now we're here. Quite a contrast. This is a spot where a lot of tourists come, a lot of backpackers, and there's down the side here, there's beaches, bars, lots of nightlife. Food's really cheap, the booze is unbelievably cheap. There's lots of really nice, great Cambodian food, and it's a really pretty place as well. Well worth a visit, really worth a look. Today we head off into the mountains on the bikes, hitting the dirt again. Looking forward to a great adventure.